Hi, I'm Connie Valentine, and today we're going to talk about how to align yourself with your life purpose and the four main areas you need to take a look at in order to align yourself. So, first I just want to have a look at input and output. So basically there's different inputs in your life that help you to fulfill and to feel and be in alignment with your life purpose. The first one here is your eating habits. So that's eat. So this is about your lifestyle, what you put in. So what you put into your body, that affects how you live your life. So if you're eating junk food, dead food that's overcooked, overly processed foods, a lot of sugars, your energy is going to be very low. So you're not going to have enough energy to fulfill your life purpose. Also, the other factor that comes into this one here is your diet, as well as your lifestyle and exercise habits. So moving your body. If you don't exercise enough, then you won't have the energy and the vitality to fulfill and do the action steps needed to fulfill your life purpose or to move towards your goals. The other area in the input section is the mind. And there's a lot to the mind. We've got the subconscious and the conscious mind. So sometimes we plan consciously to do something. We set goals and we find 6 months later we are still looking at the same list of goals or the same to-do list. And we've either only crossed off a few of those things or we haven't crossed off any at all. Now I don't know if any of you have found yourself in that position where you set yourself some goals at the start of every year or even mid-year, and you find yourself looking at those same goals the next year and probably feeling quite frustrated at yourself not having achieved those goals. A lot of those things are due to input factors of the mind, including your subconscious inputs, which have come from childhood conditioning, past parental, school, peer conditioning, and past experiences in your life that haven't been processed. Haven't been processed from your subconscious mind. And there are ways that you can actually process those effectively so that they don't dictate and drive your behavior today in the present moment. So that's your mind. And also the other thing with your mind is also, what are you doing every day? Like what are your thoughts every day? What do you think about every day? What do you allow to enter your mind? I'm sure we've all heard that little saying, garbage in, garbage out. And that applies quite a lot to the mind, where if you allow yourself to watch junk TV or read negative news or even gossip with friends or just negative chatter or news events constantly being fed into your mind, if you are constantly thinking about those things, you aren't going to feel too positive about the world and you're not going to feel motivated as much to do things, as opposed to if you're putting positive thoughts into your mind, you're thinking about positive causes and different thoughts, so even affirmations, just saying positive things to yourself. But that's the mind. Though those things are very, very helpful, the subconscious mind ties in very closely to this third sector here, which is the emotions. So this is where we sort of start to make some real powerful shifts if we can learn to process those emotions that are held in the subconscious mind, which I mentioned before in the mind section. So our emotions are quite powerful. In fact, these two go hand in hand, and quite often in modern counseling therapies and a lot of popular and common psychological therapies, the emotions are taken care of and discussed, but they're not really felt and processed and released effectively. And so you find yourself still thinking about the same things down the track, or still having that emotional charge and reacting to things in the same way because they haven't been processed and cleared effectively, or haven't been dealt with effectively. So the emotions are quite powerful, and your emotions is what drives you. It's if you're feeling crappy, you're feeling sad or depressed or anxious or stressed or all sorts of different emotions, even anger or rage, then those sorts of emotions that are either in your subconscious and you're not aware of them, or even you are consciously aware of those emotions such as anger and sadness, you will behave a certain way as a result of those emotions. So when you're feeling depressed, you don't want to get up and talk to people and, you know, study or make new goals for your workplace or invest or do other things that you want to accomplish in your life, because you are not motivated when you're feeling depressed. Your energy is low. You probably aren't eating the right foods. Your thoughts are probably quite negative, and your emotions will feel quite low, what they call low vibration. And that's okay. It's just the place that you are in at the moment, if you are there. And once we process those emotions, we can, you know, we can choose something different and feel something different. And there's quite a few steps that one can take to get that, to get those emotions processed, so that we can free ourselves up to feel better and to also align with our life purpose. So all these things actually relates to how effectively we can fulfill our life purpose. The other one, the fourth one in the input, is spirit. Now, these again both relate to each other, spirit and emotions. Now, with the input of emotions, are you watching things that constantly upset you? Are you watching the news? Are you watching a current affair or injustice stories that make you angry? You know, that invoke sort of negative emotions in you. Because if you're constantly feeling those negative emotions, you are not going to feel good about things. And when you're constantly, you know, in that energy, you will attract more of it. So although, you know, it's still good to be aware of what's going on, it's not healthy to constantly be in those negative states of emotion and constantly, you know, being absorbing all those sorts of things, that because that also feeds into your spirit. And your spirit is when you have your mind at ease and you are at peace within yourself. It's easier to listen to your soul, your heart, your inner calling, your what they call inner self. And we all have that, you know, we all have spirit and soul. And your spirit is like your connection to the divine, your inner connection to all that is, or the universe or source, or however you want to refer to the higher supreme intelligence. And with your spirit, it's when you can clear your mind and your emotions to be in a peaceful and balanced state, and also your body not being sick, you can more easily attune to your spirit or your soul and align yourself with your soul purpose. And we'll discuss a bit later on how to do that, how to do some of these things. So these are all your inputs. Now again, with your spirit, are you in toxic relationships? Are there people that bring you down or squash your dreams or constantly criticize you? Again, linked very closely with your emotions, because these things can also upset you and create shifts your emotions, and also negative thoughts about yourself. You know, low self-worth, again relating to the emotions and the spirit. You know, and often times I find that when people are not aware or not in touch with their life purpose or their calling in life or their mission in life, they can feel quite depressed, because it's like we are detached or disconnected from our own spirit. But once we put these in balance and heal various aspects of these parts of ourselves in a holistic manner, we can feel more aligned and more peaceful and happier and in alignment with our life purpose, and you'll find that things flow a little easier for you. So what you put in has an impact on what is the output in your life. So if you're eating junk food here, over here, in the output, you're going to have low energy. If you're putting good healthy foods, vegetables, fruits, nuts, healthy foods, exercising, meditation, all those sorts of things, you'll have here energy. You'll have vitality, you'll have this energy, and with energy, when you're feeling energetic, you feel positive about life, you feel like you want to get up and run and do all sorts of things. You have the energy to fulfill the other things your mind or your emotions, your heart, your spirit are, calling you to do. So this energy one is actually really important too. It's really a driving force. If we're feeling too exhausted all the time, we just don't even have the mental energy, let alone the emotional energy and the spiritual energy to drive us forward and to fulfill our life purpose. and just to feel that inner contentment and peacefulness. So energy and vitality is the output of positive input into the eating section here and the lifestyle. I should call this eating and this is eating and lifestyle. So eating and lifestyle section here. Now, also in the output here, when we put into our mind positive material, new information, we get a sense of peace. We get clarity. When we learn something new, we read some more books, we take a class, we study some subjects, we take a training course at work, we gain further clarity on what we are doing, on what we are studying, on even ourselves. If we read a book, you know, like a self-improvement book or something about yourself, you might learn and gain further clarity. So you gain peace, you gain clarity, and you get your purpose here as well. So you gain connection with your purpose. You are able to hear your own self, and those ideas that will come to you, come through your mind, will be a lot more clearer, and you'll be able to hear it, and you'll be able to connect with it and get excited about it because you've got the energy, you've got the peace and the clarity in your mind. Down here in this sector here, and these two, the emotions, we've got joy and happiness. So joy, happy, and love. So joy, happy, and love. So when we are centered and clear with our emotions, so if there's any underlying emotions or anger from the past, or you know, some subconscious emotions that haven't been processed from our childhood or from even yesterday or the week before, you know, we won't feel happy, we won't feel in a loving space, and we will feel irritated. Instead, we'll feel angry, we'll feel sad, anxious, stressed, all sorts of different emotions where we're not feeling joy and love or ease. So, you know, and things will come up, just the nature of life. Things will keep coming up that will challenge us, and that's the nature of the life, is to grow and develop. So, you know, there will never, you know, as long as you're alive, most likely you will constantly have things to think about, to grow, to evolve from, and to learn from. So, and that's part of feeling fulfillment and satisfaction, is knowing that you're growing and moving towards something, that you're not stagnating. When you're moving towards something, you feel a sense of growth, a sense of fulfillment, a sense of accomplishment even. That's really even just fulfillment. It's part of nature. Things are constantly growing, they're decaying, they grow again. Nature, you can see it in actually nature, the cycles of nature, even in the seasons. You've got autumn, you've got winter, you've got spring, you've got summer. You know, in winter things are decaying, they get, you know, they dry out, they die off. You know, then you've got after winter you've got spring, there's that new life again. And then you've got summer, where things are in full bloom, you can reap the harvest. And then you get to autumn, where things start to kind of slow down a little bit again, and slowly start to get towards the winter, where things will start to die off, and then that cycle begins again. And so we cycle just like nature through life, through these seasons of life. And we're constantly learning and growing, letting things go, releasing, and with that releasing, new things come in, new growth comes in. And that's part of the emotions and the mind, where with that growth and that releasing and that processing of emotions, we are healing ourselves, and as we are letting go of things, we are allowing new things to come in. And that leads to me, and I've got like a little arrow pointing to both of these, to the clarity of the mind and the emotions, and here in the spirit, is once you are aligned with this, and even if you have one area that's not aligned, it doesn't all have to be perfect. We are constantly in flux and movement and change and growth. But once you are aware, I guess, you know, you become more aware of these things and these elements within yourself, you are attuned to your life purpose, and you become someone of service. Service to other humans, service to the environment, service to animals, service to a greater cause, service to a spiritual mission or a calling in your life, whatever that is. You know, it can be anything, helping people in all different areas of their life, creating things even, you know, buildings, or creating things for others. There's all sorts of different ways to serve each other. There are many things that we need and want. to live joyous lives. So once we're attuned to our spirit, we will find ourselves being called to service, and you know, that's your life purpose alignment. So life purpose alignments. So this is sort of where I'm leading to with all of this is being aligned with your life purpose. When you're aligned with your life purpose, and you know, you will feel that greater sense of ease and joy and things flowing, and you get a real fulfillment from being, you know, knowing what you're here to do. What am I here for? I often find people asking themselves, what am I doing this all for? What is the point? Is it just for survival? Is it just to pay bills? Is it just to pay the mortgage? Is it just to feed myself and my family? You know, because it just doesn't bring enough satisfaction. It's not enough. Survival is just not enough. I don't feel enough joy out of that. And what's lacking is their connection to their life purpose alignment. So I really just wanted to cover today the two areas, the input and the output, and how being aligned with your life purpose can help you to feel a lot happier, joyous, and fulfill a lot of your goals and your inner spiritual calling, your inner calling, your life mission, and the factors that are involved in that, and the different areas, the input areas and the output that's involved with that. So I hope you've enjoyed my video today, and if you've got any questions, please feel free to contact me. My information is on my website, holistichealinginstitute.com, or give me a call or send an email, and I'll be happy to help you to gain alignment in many of these areas. So that's all for now. Until next time, see you later. Be happy, be healthy, and live your passion. Bye for now.